Welcome to week 2 of the Tonto's Demise podcast. I'm Detonator's Tonto Bowl 6 champ and Tonto Bowl 12 runner-up.
I am Matt Detling, Tonto Bowl 1 and 3 champ, and we're not going to go with the runner-up trophies.
Too many to count.
Too many to count. Don't go there, Brian. If you want me to start doing math, I can.
Okay. You can count to 21, I know that.
21? I can count to 21. After that, it's too much. You bust. You break. No, I could do this is year 15.
That's true.
Detling's been to 5 Tonto Bowls.
That's a 33% chance.
33.333333219 percent. So, just saying, I pretty much have ruled a third of the league.
Ruled by meaning like you got there, but you couldn't finish the job.
Well, we all know it's locking the championship game. Right, Craig?
All right, so welcome back from Vegas. How'd it go?
It went well. I lost $300. Had a great time. $300 loss in like 3 days or 2.5 days is a success.
That is.
I didn't play any poker because I didn't have time because the girlfriend wouldn't let me. And your baby is currently crawling away. But that's okay. She can take care of herself.
Bye-bye.
Roulette, blackjack, slot, lots of slots. I texted Justin. I'm like, I can't win anything. I'm so freaking mad. Like I was just like, F this, F slots, F roulette, F blackjack. I was pulling adjustable hork is what I was doing.
Yeah, you were freaking out.
I was because no matter what I touched, I could not win. Just like when he was in Vegas. But I ended up winning some money back on the Gremlins roulette or Gremlins slot machine with the progressive, and didn't even realize that I got it until the money started popping in. And then, the one story I wanted to say was. So as I did promise, I did take the second place fantasy football money and to gamble it all in one false swoop because to me, second place doesn't matter and the money doesn't matter to me either. It's all about the glory.
Yeah.
And so I decided, let's do it. So I went to roulette and I was thinking black. I don't know why I didn't do it. Well, I know I didn't do it because Ryan Foy texted me, just go put it all on black. And once Ryan Foy tells me something, I do the exact opposite every time. But that's not for the league to know why. So I threw 45 of it on red, and then I put two nickels, one on red 7 and black 31. The symbolization for that was Vince Bohorik's birthday, and I just felt like you got to do it. You got to do it. And of course, I fully expected to win. Like I knew. I was like, it's gonna hit 7 or it's gonna hit 31, and then it came up black 2. And we also have Nola here, just to let you know.
Yep.
But yeah, so as I watched the dealer take all my chips, and I kind of just like stood there dumbfounded, and I was like, "What happened?" Like it's one of those things where, and then I was like depressed for like about a good hour. Wow. Just like because I wanted my money back. I didn't want my money back, but I knew I was like I should have won. If that was Vince's birthday, I should have won. And then like Brogan was up in the hotel room, and she came down, and we were playing. I was playing blackjack, losing there, and I was just like. I was more upset about roulette than I was the whole trip. It was really weird. It was like I was in a depression for a bit, so I had to pull myself out of that. But other than that, like Vegas was great. Got to see a show. Got to see the Red Rock Canyons. Got to see Justin Gatula, which I wanted to do. And
former league member.
Former league member, yes. Ahead of the game as far as drafting all receivers.
That's true. Way ahead.
Yeah, way ahead of the game. Had it figured out, but
by a decade.
Yeah, but by one injury, killed his motivation. Never played again. I think there was football on when I was there. I can't remember what game it was. There was a Thursday night game. But, it was the Patriots versus the Chiefs.
Right.
And I honestly cheered when Tyreek Hill scored like a 70-yard touchdown, totally not even realizing that I was playing Craig. And then Craig had Tyreek Hill. So I was like, yeah, go kill him, kill the Patriots, screw those guys. And then I finally randomly looked at Craig and I was like, oh, man.
Right.
But it was awesome to Kareem Hunt go off like that. And, of course, nobody probably knows this, but I was playing Brian in our other league. And while Justin was celebrating Kareem Hunt, I was hitting myself in the head because guess who didn't start him? Because he thought he was going to be tough against the Patriots.
And guess who lost the matchup?
Yep, and guess who lost the matchup? And would probably won it with Kareem Hunt, I believe. Yeah. So, my fault. So, yeah, we all can't be perfect in leagues.
That's true.
So that was my Vegas. And sorry we didn't get to do a week 1 podcast, guys.
Sorry.
All right, I'm not sorry.
Screw that.
Screw you guys. You guys want demand.
That's right.
We'll wait for you guys to produce stuff. I did like. Are we gonna talk about Craig's video recap?
Eventually.
Eventually, okay. And we'll save that for another time.
Yeah, save it for later.
Okay. Talk to you guys soon.
hold on.
Oh, hold on.
I forgot to mention that the reason we did John Cougar Mellencamp for the intro song is not because either one of us really care for the Coug, but you know what? The Cougars are on the top, and I figure, you know what? It does hurt so good. We are at the top, feels good, but it's too bad that Vince couldn't be here to actually see it. Although I fully feel he orchestrated every last bit of that. I'll get into that later, but
He pushed McManus's field goal wide.
Oh, absolutely. So we'll get into that later, but yeah. So Cougars are on top, and I have a feeling it's going to stay that way for the majority of the year.
True. Would you call John Cougar Mellencamp like werewolves have a pack? Would you call him our alpha? Like, is that why we don't like him? Like, we want to take him down?
Maybe.
Truly, we are not truly the Cougars until John Cougar Mellencamp dies.
Yeah.
Which then one Cougar will rule them all.
That's a good point because I
Yeah.
never ever liked him, and
I never liked him either.
I don't know why.
And there's that horrible song, Jack and Diane.
Yeah, that must be why. It's like
That could be.
some force you can't explain.
Yeah, and hey, I'm sure all the Cougars can say that when Jack and Diane come on, we tap our foot. We don't even know why.
Yeah.
So why are we tapping our foot? What's going on? It's because he's the alpha. just on, guys. We have to take down John Cougar Mellencamp.
That's right. You know what? He's actually going to be at Farm Aid on this week.
Oh, you're right. All right, let's go pay $200 for lawn seats and try to snipe them.
Should we?
I would. You got a sniper rifle down the basement?
I don't.
Nola, you got one? She point. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's pointing at it. It must be in the cabinet here. Brian doesn't know about.
She will not inflict violence.
But you don't know. She's probably the female version of Stewie.
Yeah, she wouldn't remember it.
She'll remember it. There won't be any pain.
This is so wrong already.
You will remember. Oh, you want the phone? Okay. Here, we'll give you the phone. All right. We'll be back.
Yay!
And now, another installment of the Mozzie Theater.
Honey, I'm gonna pick Delling up. Yeah. He's getting released today. Yeah, from West Allegheny Psych Ward. That's right. Yeah, of course I'll be careful. Don't worry.
You're here for patient 8972?
Yes, I am.
Thank God.
Why?
You won't stop singing. I've got a feeling.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. What was that?
Nothing. I'll go get Matthew for you right now. Hi, Brian. This resort is the best. It's awesome.
You seem high.
Oh, I am. I'm higher than Gags after the championship, Brian.
Oh, that's pretty high.
I know, right? I'm so high. I'm currently with 80s Brian, or 80s Bowie Brian. He's in the backseat of your car right now. You don't even know it. Can you see him?
No, I can't. I can't see him at all.
You can't hear him?
No.
I'm much too fast to take that test. Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. Don't wanna be a richer man. Changes. Turn and face the strain.
Let's go to the draft, Brian.
I think I might have screwed up. Do you hear anything coming from the trunk?
No, Brian. No, not at all. Let's turn the music up. Let's ride, Brian. Let's ride. To be continued.
Unfinished business. All right, Delling, I'll go first. I listened to Craig's video, and I think you did as well.
I sure did.
And I hope the entire league listened to it because there was one little part that made my ears perk up, made my eyes go wide. I was like, did I just hear what I thought I heard? And that's when Craig Kubisik said, I know that whole Greg Olson pick that Josh made in the first round was controversial, but he's like, I didn't think it was very controversial. And I was like, what? How could he always rips on everyone else and their draft picks, not think Greg Olson, 10th overall, isn't controversial? To me, I think it was the worst pick of the draft.
Ooh,
Well, maybe my Jets pick. I'm sure Bean loved that. The fact that I even drafted the Jets. But anyways.
Good defense, Brad.
Yeah, right.
They are.
Anyway, Greg Olson shouldn't have gone earlier than the third round. Third round earliest. I know he's the second, well, maybe the third best tight end, and the second in the draft, but there's no way Greg Olson should have gone 10th overall. Even if Greg Olson performs as the top tight end in the entire league this year, I'll stand by that statement, and it's still an awful pick. So, Josh, even if you win the championship, I'll still say you had a horrible first-round pick. That's just how I feel about it. And so, Craig, in your next video, please explain how you think Greg Olson, 10th overall, is a good pick.
Huh.
And would you have done the same thing?
Oh, interesting. Well, for my personal, I can't remember if Craig said thought it was controversial or not, and for that I would probably sneeze.
Are you imitating Craig?
No, I'm not.
He was sneezing quite a bit. I think you just got his cold.
Through the internet. It is possible.
Yes.
No, I'm probably. I think I was the first one that said what, and started laughing.
Yeah.
And Josh was like, "I've studied research and I've got these computers. I did Excel, and I'm just doing what it tells me to do." And
Well, then he should have taken Kyle Rudolph in the second.
yeah,
Because that's what it told him to do.
it's true. But yeah, so yeah, you're right. I agree with you. It should have been in the third, no earlier than the third round. For me, it was no earlier than the fourth round. So,
Yeah.
or else I would have kept Greg Olson in the third round. Although, if I was gonna have a tight end, I probably would pick He-Man if I had to pick them all. But so he has them. I'm not gonna trade you a first round level pick for him. But I might trade you something later on, Josh. But yeah, good luck with that.
And I can tell you right now, if we had made that trade, Josh, if you'd have gave me Brady for the first overall, there's no way in hell I would have taken Greg Olson number 10.
Who said yes? Who said no to that? You or Josh?
Him.
Josh said no to it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We had talked about it a little bit, and I was trying to work a deal with Kubisik, and that fell through. And then I pitched it to Josh, and he said he was almost going to take it. I still think he made the right move by keeping him, even though he sucked the first week.
Right.
I mean, I think Tom Brady's going to have a great year.
Yeah, as of right now, yeah, he's wishing if you could base it on 1 week, he's wishing he had Antonio Brown.
Yeah, probably, but he still won, so he's
Oh,
not.
did
He's
he?
not. Yeah, he won, so he's not sweating it.
Who do you play?
I don't remember, but I know he won.
Okay, well, yeah, no sweat. He's playing me this week.
You got anything, Delling?
Do I have anything?
You said you wanted to talk a little bit about your matchup with Craig.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
hold on, before you go, he beat Dub C.
Dubsy. Okay, yeah. For my matchup with Craig, I just want to say I'm happy I won. Obviously, when going into Monday night, I thought I was for sure going to lose. Watching, and thank you, Dalvin Cook, for that big run at the end there. Get me over the 100-yard mark plus the +3 bonus. But I truly thought I lost. I watched like the first quarter of the Broncos game and saw I kick like 2 extra points. And I pretty much just turned it off and was like, I lost. I just know I lost. And I was mad because I was like, stupid Vinatieri, 0 points. I was like, what a bum. And then, so I woke up at like 3 in the morning because my girlfriend whacked me in the head in her sleep, which is really annoying. And I said, well, since I'm awake for like 5 minutes, I'm going to check my score. And I looked and it said, 21-7 Broncos. And I was like, well, I'll refresh. And then it said 24-21. And I thought, I mean, he's got a field goal. So I definitely lost. And then I went and looked at it and I said, he missed. And then I looked at it. I was like, I win. And then like 3:30 in the morning, I started laughing. And I was like, haha, sorry, Craig. But I was definitely happy to win. It was a good matchup, Craig. I'm sure the next one, week 12, will be even better. And that one probably have playoff implications. So good luck to you. And as always, an epic matchup.
All right, a couple more things real quick. A few points from Kubisik's video that I enjoyed was the random realization that Jimmy and Jay have each other's first name tight ends. So Jay has Jimmy Graham, and Jimmy has who? Jason Witten? I don't even know.
think so.
Is that who it is? Yeah, I think so. It's just kind of like, why do you even put that together?
Yeah.
I don't know. His brain just works in mysterious ways.
Well, he looks at all the stats and stuff. So
Yeah. These just names are swimming in his head. The other thing that I thought was interesting was your explanation of Skellahorf, because probably half the league doesn't know who she was. So your explanation was very interesting, to say the least.
I didn't. That was my favorite part, actually, of him squirming around trying to like explain it, and then trying to like not make it look so bad. Because he's like, well, she might have had a drug problem, but she was nice. She could have been nice. She was terrible to her kids. She could have been a nice person.
But maybe nice.
And I started laughing because the Skellahor nickname is from me.
Oh, really?
I'm the one that came up with the name, and I called her Skellahor, and I really feel bad about it because it did catch on. I was like, even when words came out of my mouth, I was trying to reach and put them back in. I was like, that's really rude to say about somebody's girlfriend, but she was like a skeleton and kind of a whore. And the best part was even Mugga called her Skellahor.
I thought it was funny. I actually have heard her say that too.
So I was laughing. I was like, Mugga, I can't believe it.
She definitely had her flaws, no doubt. But there were some parts of her personality I actually liked. I enjoyed talking to her, but there's some major flaws.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who doesn't have flaws, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has those moths in their closet.
Yeah.
I don't know what mine are. Probably I talk too much.
That's a minor moth.
It's a minor moth.
Yeah.
Oh well, maybe one day. One day you'll talk to me about my major moth.
Maybe.
Gambling problem.
Mothman.
Mothman prophecies.
Yeah.
That's coming up, by the way.
All right, so we got another segment this year. It's kind of like Don't Stop Believin', but it's got a little bit of a twist to it. So here's our intro music.
What y'all wanna do? Wanna be ballers, shot callers, brawlers.
That's right, Delling. It's all about the Benjamins this year.
One of Puff Daddy's classic songs. She'll be remembered for years.
That's right, good old Puffy. But yeah, it's all about the Benjamins this year because, as you know, we're starting with 2 Benjamins, and
We are?
yeah, everybody gets 2 Benjamins, $200.
Oh, boy, I believe it.
And
Okay. Now I'm following.
And I think it's going to be interesting to analyze how people have spent their money, what they've spent their money on, and how much they have left. And it's obvious that Bean has 0 Benjamins left. He has less than a Benjamin. He's already spent a Benjamin and $15. Or as Bigler would say, he's got no Hondos.
No Hondos.
He's got less than a Hondo.
Well, I mean,
Let's take a look at it.
well, to be honest, I don't even know. I'm still learning how this works.
It's probably a good thing because you still have your $200.
I would have probably, to be honest, for Tariq Cohen, I was probably thinking like $27.
Okay.
And I think I was looking at Curse, the other guy, the Jets receiver, for like $5. So obviously I would not have gotten anything.
No. I put in 3 wagers and I didn't put very much money. I put $20 in for Cohen. I knew I wouldn't get him, but I was like, you know what? Nobody else bids on him or only bids a couple dollars. I'll get it. And then I put in Buck Allen. I think I put like $10. And I think I put like 5 for Kerwin Williams because I was like, you know what? I'm not spending a lot of money on these guys. I don't know what they're going to shake out, what they're going to be like, but seems like Cohen has the best chance to have like long-term impact.
I do. I agree with you. I think out of everything that was picked, but Cohen is probably the best. They call him the human joystick. I have not seen him play.
Me neither.
But I guess he's really good. And plus, well, I don't know if he's really good, but the Chicago Bears have nobody to pass to. So they got to pass to somebody.
They say he's basically Darren Sproles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. And the other one I also said was that I agree with the Green Bay defense for $10 was the best purchase.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking I would love to have the Green Bay defense, even though I already have 3 defenses. But it's actually pretty interesting to me since I've never done it before. And like I said, I thought we had like 2 days to do this. I thought it was like same thing, like a waiver sort of thing. But
Right.
I was wrong because I woke up and was like, oh, everybody bought stuff.
Yep. And Bean went on that shopping spree. He spent $115 on 2 players.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Bean the one that pushed for this thing the most?
Him and Craig, but I don't know whose idea it was, but it was both of them.
Try to mess with us.
$85. Which I do feel a little bit bad, but not that bad that he's got both of his players. He didn't expect that both of them would land.
Right.
But I think he might have been one of the only people like reading the website saying how much you should wager.
Yeah.
Because I didn't read any of those sites, and that's probably a good thing.
I like that Craig prices righted. I think it was Jimmy.
Yeah, for
$46 to $45. I just picture them at the Price is Right table, and Craig's thing starts blinking, and Jimmy going, "Oh, come on!" as he goes up and like shakes. It's not Barker anymore. It's that guy with the glasses.
I can't think of his name.
The guy from Cleveland.
I'm looking at him.
Fudge. Yeah, that guy.
Whose line is it anyway? Drew Carey.
Yeah. What's that name of the show he was on? Oh, yeah, the Drew Carey Show. I know the song, Cleveland Rocks.
But yeah, so I would have to say this week, Jimmy and Craig probably used their money the wisest. Although Justin's probably sitting there saying, "Nah, I did," because he picked up Chris Johnson for $0. Because it went through the same exact time, so he probably just put in a waiver, but put the waiver in for $0. So nice move, Juddy, and you picked up a kicker for free as well. So you still have $200, and you got 2 of your players.
Very nice.
And Detling is now putting away groceries.
Not groceries. I got. Oh.
All right, Detling. So I needed to share something about the standings, which I'm sure most people have already heard about through the Line app, and that is that the Cougars are on top. Some of this makes sense, some of it doesn't, but I really think that Vince could be controlling the entire league this year, and I'll tell you why. First of all, as we've discussed on the Line app, Jets from first place by a mile. You know, why not let your brother win the league, or be in front?
Head start.
Yeah. Who's in last place? Gags. That makes perfect sense.
It does.
He's like the guy who's going for a dynasty. He doesn't know him, and he's probably like, F this guy. Put him down.
Get no dynasty.
Yeah. Put him down in the basement. He's knocked out for the knockout pool. That makes perfect sense. It makes sense that he would put you and I in second and third, and so close. I just wish it would have been a tie. Justin says, he gave you the extra 0.25 for longevity. That's your longevity bonus.
I like it.
We
Disco in fourth. I know that he likes Disco.
Exactly. That makes absolute sense. Disco would be fourth. Now this is where it gets a little bit muddy. Now Josh took down Bean. He didn't really know Josh.
He never liked Josh.
Yeah. So why would he let Josh win, and why would he allow Bean to lose? Did Bean cross Vince?
He never liked Bean either.
Is that right? So maybe he disliked Bean more.
I think he liked Kelly Mulcahy at one time. Maybe that goes back to our days of our lives viewing parties that we used to have.
Well, that's it then. Kelly Mulcahy. I knew there was a connection. You figured it out. All right, because he doesn't know Josh really at all. He met him at our wedding. That's about it. So
That's usually enough.
Yeah, and so it was more about making Bean lose than it was Josh win. Now, Jay and Jimmy played against each other, and they both had really low point totals. I thought he would have had Jay win, so I'm not really sure about that. I just think he wanted to make sure that we didn't have to drive again next year. So he probably was like, you know what, let's keep their point totals really low. We'll give Jimmy this little win.
I guess if I was speaking for Vince, for the Huber brothers, I would probably think that he would make Jay lose because he did not like the Weezer tribute band, and he thought that it was convoluted and just plain disrespectful. And he probably likes Jimmy because of the artwork, and he probably remembers the Stromboli that he had at the house. Yeah. So. If he was going, he doesn't have much to go on, but if that was the things, he's probably going on those.
Yeah, and that makes sense too. He was obviously a huge music snob, and he's expressing that even in the afterlife.
Snub or snob?
Snob.
Okay,
I mispronounced it. The only other one that I was trying to figure out was Oh wait, back that whole train up. It was Possum Magic playing Dub C.
Oh.
Oh, okay. No, it wasn't. I'm sorry. This week. I'm getting it mixed up. We were right. We were
Back on the track, Brian.
we were right, but he did have Tree Slice lose against who was it? Oh, to his brother. Yeah, it didn't really mean anything.
Makes perfect sense.
No harm, no foul.
Yeah.
So but what about Crick? Why did he have Crick lose? Let's see. Who did Crick play? Oh, he played me.
Demolished
Yeah.
Crick's season so
Right.
far.
He did. He for some reason he demolished his season. I mean, I can see why he'd want him to lose against me, but why would he have to like take out two of his top players? That seems a bit extreme.
It might be because, maybe because me and Sally were supposed to be married by like the age of 30, and he didn't like Jimmy Crick stepping on my toes, even though I was taken and all that other stuff. But he probably just wanted to screw somebody over in the league, and he said, "Why not Jim Crick?"
Yeah. So I mean, this is a clear example of instant karma. You know.
Instant karma's gonna get you.
Yeah, and it's getting all of you now. So I'm happy with an all Cougars first, second, third finish.
So am I. I hope it continues.
Yeah, me too. I mean, clearly I would like to win it in the finals, and maybe Vince would let me take down his brother because he beat me in the finals before. I don't know.
Never happened. Never.
Probably not, but
Brian, if you go against him, Justin's winning it. I'm sorry.
and you might think I'm joking, but I don't think I'm actually joking about any of this because I believe in fantasy curses, I believe in spirits, I believe in the afterlife, I believe in energy. So I really think that he could control this league. Why not?
If Justin Mahork wins the league, I guarantee you that trophy will be on one of the 3 shelves in Vince's bedroom.
Ooh, that would be perfect. Absolutely perfect.
So, just to let you know.
So we'll be keeping close tabs on that throughout the year.
We will. Bring the pain.
Oh, Delling, it looks like we have a message this week. Let's see who it is.
Let's see.
John, the top of the mice. This is Captain Dean, Dub C Hooligans. I am manning a table at a job fair right now, so I have some time to kill. I've got buyer's remorse. I spent way too much money on 2 players. So I'm announcing that we're having a fire sale. All trades will be considered. At this particular point, you need a Wendell Smallwood. He's going cheap right now. You thrifty bastards. I figured somebody did hire me on one of those 2 guys, but hey, whatever. I'm stuck with them now. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the season. If anybody really good comes up, well, now I know where you guys stand on spending money. So, peace them out.
So that's sounds like he summarized it best when he said he has buyer's remorse. Because even though he was at a conference, you could feel the buyer's remorse in the phone call. So yeah, I do feel bad that he spent over 50% of his money on 2 guys. I really hope they pan out for him, make it worth his while. But I think he would have been happier if he got one of them.
I don't feel bad. This is his thing. This is him and Craig's thing. They're the ones that did it. Like, Craig bet $46 for Tariq Cohen, and he bet whatever for Kerwin Williams and Buck Allen. I don't know. What do you think we're going to blow our money on the first week? Does he not know who we are?
I know. You're going to have $197 in week 12.
That's right. It takes me 5 weeks to figure out how this thing even works. I'm still figuring the click button. But yeah, I don't understand. I wasn't going to bet more than $10, $15.
Yeah.
So yeah, you bet a lot for no reason, for me at least. Yeah. I was not competition.
Right. I mean, I feel as though the players that you got, they have potential, but they're all in pretty much a timeshare position. Maybe one of them will take the lead and take off, but it's not a guarantee. So
I certainly hope it's not Buck Allen.
Of course.
I'm rooting for Kerwin Williams.
Yeah, because you want your Terrence Williams to hold true.
T West.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It said Terrence Williams, so whatever.
Gags has T Williams.
That's true. But yeah, Gags, you better hold on to that $85 until something good comes along. And I have a feeling he'll go all in for whoever's left. I don't think he's going to nickel and dime it. I think he's going to go after something big.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
85. Oh, that would suck.
That's what I would do.
So that's your plan if it happened to you?
Yeah. But you know what? He can still make moves. Even if he spends all of his money, he just has to make free moves.
Yeah. Hey, I got a kicker for free.
Yeah.
I sure as heck wasn't going to keep Vinatieri after that 0-point performance. I don't do that. You don't play for me. Well, I don't do it. You miss an extra point. You miss a 30-yard field goal. You're done. You're out.
I mean, and you're lucky to win. You know, you're lucky to pull out the win.
Go on.
All right. Thanks for the call, Bean. Let's try and get some more calls in there. The number is on the lineup. All you have to do is swipe to the left. You'll scroll down a little bit. You find the number.
Yes, please call. Make our lives easier. Make it more entertaining. Just don't make us work hard. Like it's hard or hardly working, whatever you want to call it. This week's matchups.
Week 2.
Say something.
And the first matchup of the week, we're going to go with the guy who's in first place, FC Bahork, who I should mention had the worst draft grade based on from my app and I think Yahoo.
Oh, really?
I know he had like a really, really low ranking on mine, and I think he got like a D from Yahoo. So goes to show you what they know.
Yeah, Yahoo didn't know nothing.
No. So let's take it from the top. The Mighty Midgets are kind of limping into week 2 already. Let's go straight down. What do you think about quarterbacks?
Quarterbacks, we got Matt Ryan versus Aaron Rodgers. They're playing against each other, too.
Wow,
pretty cool.
Great game Sunday night.
I go Aaron Rodgers all the time, no matter what.
Yeah, I'm going to take Aaron Rodgers as well. Although it is in Atlanta, but I'll still take Aaron Rodgers. All right, let's look at the trio of receivers. We got for Jut, we got A.J. Green, Keenan Allen, still healthy, Larry Fitz, going up against Cooks, Crowder, and Coleman. I'm going with Jut's trio all day.
We're just doing those trios.
Or, I mean, you can go head-to-head.
I thought we were
go
gonna-
trios.
All right, well, head-to-head, I take Cooks over Green, Allen over Crowder, and Fitzy over Coleman. So I do go with the trio of Justin's mighty receivers there.
Yeah, although Larry Fitzgerald projected at 17 points. I don't know. It seems a little high, but they're going against Indy, so maybe he'll get it. All right, running backs. We've got for Jet. We've got Kareem Hunt and Gillislee going up against Abdullah and Carson. For me, it's Judd again. You got Hunt and Gillislee against Abdullah and Carson. Yeah, Hunt will probably take this down by himself.
I'm going to agree with you there. What a scoop he has for getting Hunt. Very good scoop.
Oh yeah, and I just wish you could put him in the flex because I think he's an incredible flex play, but I guess he just can't do it right now. All right, Delling is playing with Nola, so I'm going to continue going. We got hanging with Mr. Hooper going up against Cal Rudolph. What do you like?
Rudolph.
Do you? I like Hooper.
No way.
I like Hooper. All right. In the flex, we got Ty Montgomery going up against the rookie Galladay.
Ty Montgomery.
Yeah, I'm going to take Ty as well. Although Galladay looked really good.
He's the third receiver.
Yeah, but you know who got a lot of touchdowns last year? Anquan Bolden.
True.
He was the third receiver. So I think he's going to perform well, but it's going to probably have some off weeks too. All right. Kickers, we got Folk, who barely beat out the rookie on Hard Knocks there, going up against Prater. I'm gonna take Prater.
Prater.
All right, and then we got this is an interesting matchup: L.A. versus L.A.
I'll go LA Rams.
Yeah, I'm gonna go L.A. Rams too after that performance. Although the Chargers have been looking pretty good, they were always pretty good against the D, and going up against Jay Cutler, that's not bad.
Smoking Joe. Yeah, they got good quarterbacks, so they probably will get a couple interceptions.
Yep. So overall, I'm gonna give it to Jut. I think the power of his receivers plus Hunt is gonna win this for him. How about you?
I'm gonna go Jet too, mainly because Jim doesn't have David Johnson, and who was the other person that got hurt?
Allen
Allen Robinson. Yeah. So that was like chopping off 2 fingers right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Jet takes this one. All right, this next matchup we have is Hillbillies on PCP versus From Gags to Riches. Oh my, what a matchup we have here. The first quarterbacks are Phillip Rivers versus Jameis Winston, playing in his first week after the hurricane. I'm going to go with, let's see here. I got to go with Jameis Winston, Brian. Sorry, he's playing in Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to go Winston as well. I kind of want to play Big Ben because they've just been talking all about doing like 4 receiver sets. But going against the Vikings, the Vikings are a good defense.
Home matchup though.
I know. It's a home matchup. It's tempting, but I just think the Vikings D, they're going to not shut us down, but limit. I think they're going to limit us. Phillip Rivers against Miami, I'm going to take that at home, their first home game in LA.
So you're taking Phillip Rivers over Jameis Winston?
No. I'm taking Winston. I'm just saying that's why I'm starting Rivers over
Gotcha.
Big Ben. So Winston. All right. The trio of receivers. We got Devontae Adams, Rashard Matthews, and my old boy Mike Evans. And going up against AB, DT, and AT, Adam Thielen.
And I am DTF.
We did not need that at all, although I'm sure Justin appreciated that. Anyways, I'm going to take my trio all day there. I wish I would have started Thielen. I didn't think he was going to blow up that big. I thought he was going to do well.
Disappointed me greatly.
Hey, you have no room to say that.
I have lots of room to say that.
Well, then why didn't you start him?
Because I don't have them. Oh, we're talking about championship.
Yeah, you have no room to talk.
Well, it was fast. What's fast Willie Snead?
I know.
Don't make me go back right.
I'm not. Then just never ever say anything about my choices for wide receiver, especially
I will.
Thielen. Anyways, I'm taking.
Thielen is a beast.
He
You
is.
know it.
He is.
Every week.
All right, so I'm going to take my receivers over his, even though Mike Evans is going to have a huge day.
This is it's not very difficult. I would point out that Gags Rich's receiving core or trio is I would call them very sneaky. They're almost like Navy SEALs. You're not going to see them coming. I mean, Mike Evans, yes, but Rashard Matthews, still the best receiver on Tennessee.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams, sneaky good. Touchdowns possible. And you never know with the Green Bay receivers. But, like you said, you've got AB, DT, AT, and I can't disagree with AB. You've got to go your trio, as long as you have Antonio Brown.
Yeah. And I don't plan on trading him unless there's a crazy offer on the table.
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah, Josh, if you're willing to give me half of your team, I'll consider
And
it.
a future first-round draft pick.
All right, running backs. We got Jeremy Hill and Marshawn Lynch for Gags going up against Jay Howard and T. Rawls. What do you think?
That's a tough one, too. You know what? I'm going to give it to Gags, mainly because of Marshawn Lynch. Just because I think he might run ragged and beast mode all over this guys.
He very well could. I think it's going to be close to a wash, but I think I'm going to edge him out in points because I think Jeremy Hill's going to do nothing. I mean, he's not doing anything yet, and I think Thomas Rawls might get a cheap touchdown.
Well, they're going to run him into the ground versus San Francisco.
Rawls,
and give him a chance to play because Eddie Lacy and the other guys didn't do much.
No, so they're going to give him a chance. So I think Marshawn Lynch probably has the best performance, but I think my two combined will overtake him. All right. Tight ends, I'm going to give it to Kelsey over.
Got to give it to Kelsey.
Yeah. I like Walker, Delaney, but Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Yeah. All right. Ingram versus McCaffrey. This is an interesting matchup.
No, it's not. White running back all day. White Lightning. Stanford graduate.
Buffalo's a pretty good D.
It's Christian McCaffrey, baby.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to McCaffrey too, but, Ingram, I like him in the flex. Like, if you're going to ever play him, you got to play him in the flex.
It's true. And I'm so upset with the New Orleans running backs right now, I can't contain myself.
I know. But they're probably going to be playing from behind, so Ingram probably is going to get a decent amount of work.
You're right. I mean, we could be wrong, but I'm still going with McCaffrey.
Me too. All right, Tucker or Lutz?
Tucker.
Yeah, I guess I'll give it to Tucker, but I feel like maybe they'll probably just score a lot of touchdowns against Cleveland. Don't even need to kick field goals, so who knows?
That's what you're hoping for.
Yeah. And then New England or Denver, I'm going to give that to New England just because Denver's going against Dallas.
I'm giving it to Denver.
Really?
Yeah, because New England versus New Orleans in New Orleans, it's going to be a lot of passing. And you saw it, Kansas City tore up.
KC
They tore them up.
That's true. And Denver
Denver's
did
the
pretty
best
well.
defense in the land.
Yeah, and Denver did pretty well against the Chargers.
You're going to take away Des Bryant. And then their second, who's their guy? Is it Cole Beasley, Terrence Williams? It don't matter.
Yeah.
That's the no-fly zone, baby. So they're probably, and the linebackers can stop Easy. I think Denver defense wins, and Denver wins the matchup as well.
All right. Hey, you convinced me. All right. Overall, I have a feeling that I'm going to be able to pull this out, and Gags is going to go 0-2.
I'm sorry, Brian. Did you say I have a feeling?
I have. I did. That was unintentional. I have a feeling that I'm gonna win.
I got this itch. Feeling.
I just don't think he has enough firepower to get it done.
Do you think Gags goes 0-2?
I honestly do. I think he starts the year 0-2,
And then he starts trying to make any trade he can possible.
which is amazing. He
Mike
doesn't.
Evans is on the board.
Yeah, it's amazing that he hasn't made a trade yet. I know he's been trying, but I know you probably aren't going to say, trade and tell.
He made me an offer, but I do not like it, and I will not tell the trade.
You won't trade on. You won't trade
Remain
on.
honorable as possible, as much as possible. It's only week 2, but maybe like week 9, I'll let it out the bag.
If Gags loses this week, I guarantee he'll make a blockbuster trade.
I mean, it could definitely happen.
Yeah. All right. So who are you taking?
I'm taking you, Brian.
All right. So so far we're saying the Cougars are still going to be on top. All right. The next matchup we've got the commish going up against the assistant to the commish. Jimmy sitting in. What place is he now? Why does that say first place?
No, that's not right.
That's not right. But anyways, he's not in first place. He's actually in 6th place, and Craig is in 7th place. I have no idea why these are wrong, but I know Jimmy's in 6th and Craig's in 7th. All right, so let's start it off with the quarterbacks. I'm going to take Derek Carr over Mariota for sure.
I'm going to agree with you on that one because they're playing Jacksonville, and I believe they're going to have Mariota is, and they're going to have a crazy rush. So I think, not that the Jets aren't going to rush Carr, but I think Carr has way better opportunities.
Yeah. All right, the receivers for Jimmy, you got Terrell Pryor, Michael Crabtree, and Emmanuel Sanders going up against Alshon, Tyreek, and Stephon Diggs. I like Craig's receivers. Not really Alshon Jeffrey that much, but I think Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs have a chance to have a great season. So Michael Crabtree is pretty good too, but I'm still going to give it to Craig on these receivers.
All right. Well, I do think Craig has some good receivers, and Stephon Diggs, if they keep playing like that, he's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Jimmy here because I think Pryor, Crabtree, and Sanders is a better trio, mainly because I think Alshon Jeffrey brings down the other two, just because Carson Wentz and him don't have a chemistry yet like Smoke and Joe.
Yeah, and they're going up against KC, and they have a decent defense.
Right. But, I mean, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if Tyreek Hill grabs another 70-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
But I'm still looking for that Pryor bomb from Cousins.
All right, running backs. We got Gordon and Anderson going up against Gurley and Stewart. That's a pretty good matchup. I'm going to give it to Jimmy. I like Gordon and Anderson just a little bit better than Gurley and Stewart.
I agree with you. Gordon Anderson is better, but I am happy that Craig put in Stewart because as a Stewart advocate last year, when I saw him on the bench, I was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "That's what he does. He just runs." And I couldn't like Tevin Coleman he put in there, and I was like, that doesn't make sense to me." But he's righted the ship, maybe, hopefully. But yeah, I think Gordon Anderson are the better of the two.
All right, Witten or Gronk?
Gronk.
Gronk. Although I won't be surprised if Witten gets more points. I won't. He's, he might be using him a lot in Denver, just a little safety hatch there, but still gonna give it to Gronk.
I hate Witten. I never liked that guy.
Yeah.
He's the all-time leading receiver for the Dallas Cowboys now.
I saw that. That's crazy.
Think is disrespectful to the organization.
Retire before you get that.
Right, like Michael Irvin,
Yeah.
like a receiver should be the leading receiver.
Yep. All right, L. Bell or Reed. I'm going Bell. I think Bell comes back. He's home. They're going to use him more. I think he's going to catch a few more passes. Even though they're going against Minnesota, I think he gets in the end zone at least once. So I give that to Bell.
Yeah, you gotta go Bell. Guys definitely should be used more.
Yeah, and I think he will be. I think they're just kind of easing him in a little bit. So, yeah. Even though Reed and I'm going to say this on a side note. I was surprised Craig went after I can't even think of the Cohen, because the only place you're ever going to play that Cohen is in the flex. So is he only going to play him whenever one of his tight ends have a bye, or is he?
I mean,
what's the plan there?
I believe the plan is for Craig to trade a tight end. Like when Craig was drafting tight ends, he was trying. That's what he was even saying. He's like, "Well, trade." So, you think he could do it? People need tight ends. I might need a tight end. I'm probably one of the people that could be targeted. I'm not sure, unless the Black Unicorn starts performing. But there's other people as well.
All right, would you want
So
to?
Craig's no dummy, is what I'm saying.
I agree. I'm not saying he's a dummy, but I'm just kind of seeing how he's going to work it, And hopefully it's not too late whenever he makes his move there. All right. What about kickers? You got to go Boswell probably.
I go McManus.
All right. Even after he shanked it.
Yeah, because Boswell's like tortured to own as a kicker. Like all the
is.
magazines are like, oh, he could be like top 6. No, he's not. Because as soon as you got to think he's going to kick a field goal or an extra
Always
point, do a
go
2-point conversion.
Yeah, good point. I'll never go for Boswell. You've convinced me. McManus, I'll never even draft Boswell or play him because of that.
Right.
All right, Kansas City D or Houston D. I'm looking at the scores in advance, but I probably would take Kansas City D anyway.
I would have still taken Houston defense just because I know that they're coming off a loss and they're going to be fired up, and it's against Cincinnati. And right now, Cincinnati does not seem to be doing that well. It's Andy Dalton that doesn't seem to be doing well.
And at the moment, it's 3-3.
Yeah. Plus Kansas City lost to Eric Berry for the year, which is like their defensive quarterback.
All right, overall,
Noah's not happy about
no,
that.
she is not happy about that at all. She's a huge Kansas City defense fan. All right, who are you taking overall?
Well, this is a tough matchup.
It is.
Pretty much probably a flip of the coin. I'm gonna go with Craig. Maybe the power of the tight ends will get him the win or the victory, and Kansas City will surprise us. But yeah, that's who I'm taking. I'm gonna take Craig.
I'm going to take Craig as well because I think Mariota's going to get shut down a little bit by Jacksonville, and I think Craig's receivers are going to outperform, and Kansas City D is going to come through. So we're both saying Craig.
Yeah, which does not happen ever. So this might actually backfire on Craig, and if it does, we apologize.
Yeah.
We really weren't planning it. Usually, we don't even like to pick you.
Yeah, and
but I'm trying to be more objective this year.
Nola's not cheering for Craig.
You know, I thought she was bad about the Kansas City defense.
And that's why
who knows?
she's going against them.
No, she's actually trying to replace Kansas City defense for you, Craig. So I don't know what your other defensive option is, but she might be the all-knowing, superior fantasy football player. So let's move on to the next matchup. All right, this next matchup, we got none other than Everybody Ertz versus Disco. Two dancing fools, as I like to call them. First matchup for the quarterbacks, we got Joe Flacco versus Matthew Stafford. You take it Stafford versus Giants? I don't know. Flacco versus Cleveland.
He's going to need a rebound. It's at home.
I'll go with Flacco. Wow. I'm going to take Flacco versus Cleveland. I think they might attack and try to run that score up, and then by the second half, they're going to just run the running backs all day.
That could be true, but I'm still going Stafford. He's going to throw the ball enough times to probably win.
Probably win. I hope so.
Yeah.
But okay. Well, nobody's arguing with you. All right. The wide receiver trio for Everybody Ertz is Julio Jones, One Mad Baby, Golden Tate, and Deshaun Jackson versus Odell Beckham, Amari Cooper, and Michael Thomas. And just sitting back, taking a step back, and looking at that is ridiculous.
It is.
I can't even come up with great keeper.
I was actually going to say, when I was looking at the matchups a little bit, I was like, Disco clearly has the sexiest trio.
Yes, I agree. Well, with that, I'm picking Disco's receivers.
Me too.
God, that's just nasty.
Is OBJ planning on playing?
I don't know. I think so. Okay. So that's straight nasty. Disco, good job. Hate you for it, but I hate you, but I respect you.
Yep.
Not like Jay has a badder trio either. It's just that it's just really good. Okay, the running backs. So we got Leonard Fournette, Devontae Freeman versus Carlos Hyde and Paul Perkins, and clearly I'm going with Jay on this one. Fournette and Freeman.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly you want one of those guys in the flex, but
I went Freeman in the flex, so I was picking, but you can't do it. Yeah. So I guess I don't know what his other running backs are. Now, so you're agreeing with me and Jay? All right. Tight ends, Jimmy Graham versus Tyler Eifert. I gotta go Jimmy Graham.
Me too.
And because Eifert's touchdown or bust. Looking at that might be another.
I heard he got 0 targets.
I heard like 1 or something.
Okay, maybe 1.
But there could be a target if Craig was going to trade a tight end. Looking at that, he's probably just licking his lips at the receivers, going, "Can I get Jarvis Landry from him for Jordan Reed?"
Exactly. His first 5 picks were receivers, weren't they?
I have to go back and look, but yeah, maybe.
I think it was.
But it's so yeah, okay. So in the flex position, we got Jordan Matthews and Jarvis Landry, 2 possession slot receivers. I don't know how Jordan Matthews can perform with Buffalo, so I'm going to go with Jarvis
I'm
Landry.
gonna go with Landry as well. But then again, Jay Cutler's throwing to him is new. But
Devontae Parker, yeah.
yeah,
Well, we'll find out, right?
yeah, I'm gonna go Landry.
Okay, we're both going Landry. All right, kickers. Santos versus Gostkowski.
Gostkowski.
Gostkowski, correct.
Correct.
Defenses, Seattle versus San Fran and Pittsburgh versus Minnesota.
Seattle.
Yeah, I go Seattle as well. You just watched Carolina versus them. They did pretty good. And Seattle versus San Francisco should be pretty good as well. So, but Pittsburgh versus Minnesota, I don't know. Well, now we're going Seattle. So, overall, if I had to pick,
And you did.
and I do have to pick, I'm going to go with Bigler based on the strength of his wide receivers.
I'm gonna go. I actually am going to agree with you because Freeman is not in the flex. But if Beckham doesn't play, I take Jay.
Okay, Beckham doesn't play. Understood. Okay, on to the next matchup. Next matchup, we got Dub C Hooligans versus Possum Magic. And we got Possum Magic trying to make some magic, stir it up, and beat none other than the Dub C Hooligans, Kevin Bean. Both currently 0-1. Both currently looking for their first win. And it should be a doozy. Start out none other than Drew Brees and Russell Wilson. Who are you taking, Brian?
I'm clearly taking Drew Brees.
All right, well, you know what? I'm going to surprise you.
Wow.
I'm going to go Russell Wilson. I think that he's going to throw all over San Francisco.
Wow.
And clearly I think that they don't have the defensive line to try to sack him like they did against Green Bay. So, yeah, surprise. That's my surprise pick of the week.
Huge
It
surprise.
sure is, right? But, I mean, New England, Bill Belichick's going to take out your main guy. So, I think Drew Brees is the main guy.
Yeah.
So, if he can do that and force them to run the ball, which would be hilarious. Maybe AP would actually run. Receiver trio for Bean, we got Des Bryant, Corey Davis, Nelson Aguilar
Yes.
versus Sammy Watkins, Brandon Marshall, and Teddy Ginn Jr. Now, looking at these two trios versus Bigler and Jay
Yeah.
just makes me sad.
Oh, I know.
So, I am sorry, guys. I'm going to go with, I guess I'm going to go with Bean on the strength of Des Bryant.
Me too. And
That's-
maybe the hope that Algalore is gonna be something this year. So
See, I don't think he's going to be anything this year.
yeah, I kind of feel like he's gonna have a few good weeks.
Yeah, like, in my other league, I dropped him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was just like, I don't think he's going to do anything. I picked up Marquise Lee because of Allen Robinson being
He had a
hurt.
really good first week though, didn't he?
So he caught a bunch of catches, but he didn't do. If it wasn't for that one broken play where he scored a touchdown, he didn't really get that much.
Okay.
So I just don't think he's that good. But
right.
moving on.
We'll give him to Dusty.
Yeah, we're giving it to Dub C. Running backs. The most expensive person in the league, I believe, is Kerwin Williams, right? Or is it Buck Allen? I'm not sure.
It was Kerwin Williams.
Okay, so Kerwin Williams and Jaquez Rogers versus LaShawn McCoy and Lamar Miller. Gotta go with tree size with McCoy.
Yeah, just simply McCoy.
Yeah, just McCoy.
Yeah.
McCoy can beat these guys by himself.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. Tight end, Zach Ertz versus Hunter Henry.
That's the guy who didn't get one target. That's who it was.
Yes.
Hunter Henry.
Yep, and that's why I have a personal vendetta because in my other league I would have won. I needed 50 yards.
Wow.
And he didn't get anything, so I lost by 4.
Jeez.
So obviously I'm going Zach Ertz.
Me too.
And so, yeah. All right, now here is the second most expensive person in the league, Javarius Buck Allen versus Eazy-E. Gosh, I think I'm going to go with Eazy-E.
Me too. Even though it's against Denver, he's gonna get his catches.
Right, and at this point, why did we give tree size to Ezekiel Elliott?
Oh my God, he's loving it though.
He is loving it, and that's the thing. Like I picked T.Y. Hilton, and I didn't even think about Andrew Luck when I did it.
Yeah.
And I could have, like last year, my second round pick was Jamal Charles, so it was a bust.
Yeah.
I should have just said Eazy-E. If it's a bust, it's a bust.
T.Y. He'll probably come back mid-season.
I'm praying.
You
I'm
know,
praying for it.
because of luck. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no luck. There's no Hilton. So what it is.
This is
So,
true.
but yeah, so we're both going Eazy-E. Kicker, Matt Bryant versus Dan Bailey.
I'll take Bryant.
I'm gonna take Bailey.
All right.
So just for fun. Defenses are Arizona and Minnesota. I'm going Arizona versus Indy.
Clearly. Yeah.
So who are you picking, Brian, for the overall?
Oh, I'm taking Dub C. I think Drew Brees in Arizona will give him enough. no offense, but there's just a lot of garbage in between on both rosters. I mean,
Ouch.
actually, Tree Sites has some good running backs.
Yes.
He's got Shady.
Very good running backs.
Yeah. And he's got-
Shady and Easy.
Yeah, and Easy. So, but I still think Dubsty's gonna pull this out from his two bookends there.
I like using the word bookends. That's cool. That's nice and clever. I'm going to go with Possum Magic. I think the strength.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson going to go off, and I also think that LaShawn McCoy and Easy E will get him the victory.
All right.
So we
So Dubsty will go on too.
yes, Dubsy will go 0-2. But as Jimmy likes to say, oh, we shall see.
That is clearly a Jimmy line.
That is a Jimmy line for sure. And I think that's all, but one more to go. Let's see here. We got. Yep, I think that's everybody. But
And now we are at the
matchup of the week.
the
Woo!
only two teams who
Only-
are 1-0.
Only 2 teams want to know. How sad is that?
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. All right, we got none other than Space Antelope, Matt Detling, a.k.a. Vince Bohoric B. And the other team, Shawshank Athletics, which might be the best name Josh has ever come up with.
That actually is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which no doubt he'll probably screw it up and change it midway through the season. And still has that guy on, what's that guy's name, that actor here? The guy from, I don't know, he's from the movie Pink or whatever.
I don't even know.
Okay, well, we don't know the guy's name. We just know that apparently it drives Craig nuts, so Josh has decided to keep it up for a while. Now let's go to the quarterbacks. None other than Kirk Cousins versus Tom Brady. What a tough choice, Brian. Who do you pick?
I'm gonna go Brady, but not by as much as Yahoo would lead you to believe.
It's pretty crazy projections, so I'm not going to lie. I will have to go with Brady as well. If not, everybody will just think that I'm picking just because it's me. So I'm going to do the right thing and say Tom Brady. Now, the wide receiver trio, we have Dougie B, Doug Baldwin, Jordy Nelson, and Cooper Cup.
You love saying that.
I love that name, Cooper Cup.
It's kind of a fun name.
Versus Kelvin Benjamin, DeAndre Hopkins, and Randall Cobb. I'm taking myself, predicting a big game from Doug Baldwin.
You are all in on Seattle. Let's see here. I agree just because you got Deshaun Watson throwing to Hopkins. Cobb's not who he used to be. Yes, and I like your rookie pickup there. It's shocking to know that you're not playing T.Y. Hilton, but I get it. And it worked out. If you hadn't done that last week, you would have lost.
Was a decision I made solely on the premises or whatever it is of Andrew Luck.
Yeah. So I'm gonna actually.
Yeah, it's hard.
I'm gonna surprisingly give you the week, but I think it's gonna be more because of Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, I hope so. I love seeing Jordy Nelson score touchdowns. Now for the running backs, we got Adrian Peterson and Terrence West.
He's only projected at 5. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
That's disrespectful.
It is disrespectful. But versus DeMarco Murray and Jay Ajayi. Who you going with, Brian?
I'm gonna go with Josh Murray and Ajayi for sure. But I mean, Peterson very well could get a touchdown or two.
He could. I'm hoping for that. That might be my main. I might even not play him. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to go with Jay Ajayi and DeMarco Murray as well, even though DeMarco Murray only got like 44 yards last week. And he's playing against that vaunted Jacksonville D. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Now, tight ends, we got Martellus Bennett, the Black Unicorn, versus He-Man Greg Olson, first-round pick. Who you going with, Brian?
I'm actually gonna go with the first round pick. But yeah, it's not gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be close.
I'm going with Martellus Bennett. We're going against Atlanta, and it's gonna be a shootout, and why not, right? So that's my pick. Now in the flex position here, we got Delvin Cook versus John Brown.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook, I think he's going to be electric this year. I think he's going to be a force. So I'm going to give it to Dalvin over John Brown.
Thank you, sir. I'll take that. Yeah. I'm going to go with Dalvin Cook as well. I actually have off work for the home opener, so I'm looking forward to watching the game and seeing Dalvin Cook perform. If he beats the Steelers, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
No longer do I say it's all right if the Steelers win.
Well,
and it's not right. I have to win.
I'm always Steelers first, especially this year when I got Big Ben and AB.
Oh, yeah, it's nice. Yeah. Very nice. Must be nice, Brian. Must be nice to get the number 1 draft pick and not have somebody screw you over by saying my energy level is gone on my phone. Moving on.
You're not bitter.
Not bitter at all. Kickers. Martin Crosby. Mason Crosby?
Malkin.
Martin. I'm sorry, Malcolm Crosby. Best kicker. Versus there's been a change in Denling's lineup. Blair Walsh is now the kicker. No longer will Adam Vinatieri even be on my team after that 44-year-old kicker performance. I'm going to go with Blair Walsh.
I'm gonna go with Crosby.
All right. Nothing else to say.
Yep.
And then we got
Oh jeez.
defense.
This is actually a pretty good matchup.
It is Baltimore versus Cleveland and Oakland versus the New York Jets.
All right. So since Baltimore shut out the Bengals last week, I think somehow Cleveland gets negative points, and I think Baltimore destroys them. And I think the Jets, well, they might get like a field goal or two, maybe a lucky touchdown.
Maybe. So who you taking?
I'm taking Baltimore.
I am going to take Baltimore as well. It was very tough for me to pick. I thought about possibly taking Carolina, but you got to go with the rookie quarterback, Deshaun Kaiser.
Oh yeah.
So that's who we're both taking Baltimore.
And it's at home.
And it's at home, right? So it's going to be a fire. Everybody's going to be fired up. Ray Lewis will be there too. So Space Antelope versus Shawshank Athletics. Brian, who do you have?
You know what? I'm going to give this one to you. And I think it's going to be your receivers and your defense more than anything.
But what about those projections, Brian? Look at that projection.
I mean, the projections are crazy.
184.
Tom Brady and Adrian Peterson completely throw those numbers off. That should be maybe giving Josh a 10-point advantage. So, yeah, I think it's a lot closer than it looks, and I'm giving it to you.
I appreciate that, and I'm going to give it to me too, just because I like myself a lot more than I like Josh. And if I picked Josh to beat me, I couldn't look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
So,
and I think you're also going to win because of Greg Olson.
Oh, I like
Because
that.
he was taken in the first round.
Because he was taking the first round. But he's got some firepower with Murray and Ajayi and stuff. So, but we'll see. The Tom Brady versus New Orleans with that projection, if it comes true, could be my nightmare.
It could be.
But yeah, so as always, good luck to everybody. Let's have a fabulous week too. Least of all, Craig. Well, I don't know. Now it's least of all Gags to me.
Yeah.
So, but we will decide later.
Hashtag no dynasty.
Hashtag no dynasty. And also, if Craig starts losing, doesn't make the playoffs again this year. Hashtag losing dynasty.
I love it.
3 out of 4 years.
Love it.
So, is there anything else, Brian?
Out of the week, other than good luck to everyone. May the Cougars stay on top. But
Cougars!
did you know?
I like this game.
It's a little fact. Did you know that there are currently 2 golf balls on the moon?
2 golf balls. I didn't.
This is neither
Hold on.
this is neither a riddle or a joke.
No. The first one was when they landed on the moon the first time, right?
Yeah.
Who would be the second person? I knew there was one. Not 2 though.
There are currently 2 golf balls on the moon, and that's all I'm gonna say.
What? You're not gonna give me anything else?
That's it.
Like what astronaut or if the same astronaut hit both the balls or nothing?
No, nothing.
Actually, make me look it up.
Yeah.
Well, that's just wrong. This is
I'm
mean.
just gonna leave you with that. 2 golf balls on the moon. That's a good team name for Josh.
2 golf balls on the moon. I don't know how to go about making fun of that, but
either.
I guess so. Yeah. Also, last thoughts.
Yeah.
If you guys, none of you probably, some of you pay attention to baseball, but if not, everybody should pay attention tonight. The Cleveland Indians play against the Kansas City Royals. Bigler knows about this for sure. If they win tonight, they break the record for most wins in a row.
I thought they already broke it. They just tied it.
They tied it.
Okay.
So for the American League, so they have 21 wins in a row. If they win tonight, it's 22.
I hope they get it.
Yeah, and that's the record. I believe another team has 26, but there was a tie involved there somehow.
Okay.
But yeah, an amazing thing going on. Probably one of the most amazing things in sports because this is a team sport and baseball is so hard to win.
Yeah.
I mean, considering you're just going against the same team 3 times every time. Sweep.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. You
please keep
basically
an eye out on that.
Sweep like 8 teams in a row.
Right, and that's how awesome they're doing right now. And since the Pirates suck, I am a Cleveland Indians fan and rooting for them the rest of the year.
Me too. All right.
I love Edwin Encarnacion.
All right. You ready to do this?
I'm always ready, Brian. Go!